You know what I mean?
All right. All new episode from Run and Tell That podcast. How's everybody week?
Man, it's been a week. It's been a good week.
Glad
Looking
it's
forward
over.
to the long. Yeah, been looking forward to a long holiday.
Okay.
Y'all can hear
But
us?
my yeah, we can hear you.
Good.
And well, my week don't end until Tuesday, but it's been a crazy week. But tonight's topic is episode 94, from swipe to insult, the dark side of online dating.
Mm.
So this is tonight's episode. This topic was given to us from a listener. So, cause she's in the dating, I think she's doing like online dating, and with her, the issues that she have is that the ghosting that goes on. So it's like you'll get on there and you do the whole swipe left or swipe right or whatever, and you swipe right and you like the person, and then they like you back. You message for a few days, or maybe a couple weeks or whatever, and then they just abruptly stop. So there's been a lot of ghosting, and then you got catfishing and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, a lot of issues as far as online dating.
Well,
So those are
like
the
I said,
biggest things.
I don't have a lot of knowledge about online dating other than what I've heard. So again, this might be a learning session for me as well. But at the end of the day, for those that are doing it, just be careful. Yeah. Catfishing is real. People stalking and again, like I said, I've heard a lot of bad stories about online dating. But then again, there's been some successful hookups too. So yeah, again, like I said, again, just kind of have to play it at your own risk. Yeah, and
Hmm.
then too, with online dating too, the most important thing is that a lot of people they trying to get like-minded people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is that they trying to get someone who's equivalent to them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get somebody who's easily yoked. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, because you might mold that person into be that person, or they might mold you to be something that you might need to be. You know what I'm saying? But um, a lot of people sit there and they more worry about their their look. You know what I mean? Or like, man, if I got this thug in my man, look, you even seen that when that thug been riding up in your house at 12 and 1 o'clock at night, jumping in windows or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'll come to your front door. You know what I mean? So a lot of people think a person who got like got a criminal record um is a bad thing, but they might have went had a bad situation. You never know. So that's what I think. And I don't know how true it is. Well, I kind of do know how true it is. Yeah. Some women are just kind of attracted to thugs. To a thug. Yeah. Something a little hint of danger or a little hint of whatever. And again, like I said, because I've known, I promise you, I've known girls. Yeah. Guys that are interested in them, decent jobs, decent head on their shoulders, dress well, but they don't have that edge. They ain't got that thug in them. They just want to bless them. Yeah. And some women are just not attracted to the ones that are looking to bless them. But you know what thugs do, man? Like thugs hit them up right quick. You know what I mean? Thugs hit them hips the right way. Come back here. Mm-hmm. Come back here. Come. Hey, don't you walk away from this. Hey, look, the thug laying their bed, the woman bed with their hand behind the head. Hey, come here, girl. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying and some girls like that. And again, like I said, and not all. No, I mean, again, I got what you're saying, but and like I said again, and I don't know that online dating because, like I said, we online dating. It's just my thoughts. I can write down anything. I can click any button. And then the catfish part come up. Yeah. Now you can AI yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I know a couple people that already AI themselves and they got themselves
Yep.
looking slimmer than a pack of Newport cigarette.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
And still looking like a Hershey chocolate.
Wow.
But like I said again, that's that AI,
Yeah,
and
and
again,
yeah,
and then like I said, I've heard horror stories in that sometimes women get sucked in.
yeah,
I mean, they feeding this thing like a ATM machine. They
yeah,
just feeding them.
yeah,
They just, because he told me he loved me, and again, but he needed some money to
yeah,
get to me.
yeah.
So I'm going, and then
But
when the
think about
money
it
get
now.
there,
Hey,
it
bro.
ain't quite enough.
But think about it now. If you got an opportunity, if you got an opportunity to get, you don't got 200 from one, and you went to 400, and she still give you the money, and you got time, you got a chance to get 1,000.
I mean, this same. And then, like I said, now again, we doing some talking, but like I said again, we hope we got some listeners out there. Hopefully, they're going to be calling in. But at the end of the day, it just got to be careful.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know the online dating etiquette.
yeah.
Do you meet them in a very public place?
Well,
I mean,
Yes.
what
Yes,
do you
you
do?
do. Yes, you do. You
Okay,
yeah, you
very
meet them in a
public,
public place. Yeah.
very public. Okay.
Yeah.
so like with the online dating, I mean, like how does that really work? Like you have to match up
Do you read their
the
profiles?
yeah, and see if it's
Yeah,
a
well,
real
the
fit.
some the well, technically, I gonna say technically, you supposed to. Most people read them, and most people, and a lot of guys don't, because a lot of times they look at the pictures,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
how they, you know what I'm saying. And then you just
But
hit,
you
I
gotta
guess, on
remember.
certain ones you swipe right.
Well, you
Yeah,
gotta remember now. Some of them pictures now. If you got a girl that's 45 and that picture look like she 18, that picture is from 2001.
Hmm, hmm.
and there is some where they have pictures of 2017, 2018, and it's like 2025.
Yeah, you gotta remember that. Look,
And
that's the bet.
then you have men that are on their profile, they put that they 6 feet tall, but in all actuality, they ain't but 5'5".
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Yeah.
Can you
And you have
imagine
men
dating a
that,
man?
you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
And with,
uh.
but then
Can you?
you also have men that lie on their age. They lie about their age. They'll swear they 45, but look like in their picture like they 67. So you run into
Hmm,
situations like that.
But can you imagine somebody who said they 6'1" and in actuality they 4'1"?
hmm.
They're a midget, and you sitting up there, you know got happy to meet her, and the person come, and you still looking for the person at your kneecap. And you like, what the heck?
But that's the part I don't get. Eventually, the goal is to meet that person. So why lie?
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes I guess people
You
sometimes
know.
get caught in the moment. Maybe they don't feel they're going to get a response, but you're right. I mean, it's going to happen eventually. Maybe they feel they can just get their foot in the front door. Their personality is going to take over and shine. I don't know, but you're right.
Yeah,
Eventually, they're going to have to
but
hook
if a
up.
woman but if a woman got no profile, she don't want a short man. Then why even risk it? Because I
y'all
mean,
remember that song?
I see where you coming from, huh?
Y'all remember that song back in the days? They go eeny weeny, scribble up, short. They don't want to date no short little man or something like that. I forgot how the song go.
Yeah,
You don't remember that, J Rod?
yeah,
Eeny
I remember
weeny.
that.
But
I remember it. I remember it.
I'm going to say this too. Like I said again, and again, if a woman likes a 6 foot man, that's what she wants. That's what she's interested in. I'm thinking she's gravitating towards that. But like I said, I want women as well as men to be mindful that that perfect one for you may not be textbook.
Yes,
He may not be 6 foot. He might be 5'9", but he's
yes,
willing to give you the world
yep.
as he know it. You
So
know,
does it really matter how tall you is?
it's an attraction. Don't forget, when you first see someone, it's that initial
Yeah,
attraction
yeah,
that kind of gets you hooked. Now you go ahead and say he or she might be great looking, whatever, whatever. But when you start talking to them, they ain't got nothing for you.
yeah,
So like I said, but that's the initial attraction. We visual. I
yeah,
know men are visual. But if you sit down with her, there's nothing to her.
Yeah.
You know, and again, if you just looking to do what you do, get in and get out, okay. But
So
if you want something beyond that first date, you know, then you might want to look at something that's running a little deeper.
so I'm 6 foot. That's what they say. When I went to the doctor out there, he said I'm 6 foot. I was like, whoa, I thought I was 5'10".
Mm.
But they say I'm 6 foot, right? So question right quick. And this is before we actually go to that one message that we got. Would you guys ever date somebody that's taller than you?
I have. I
How
have.
tall?
She was maybe like 2 inches taller than me,
Mm.
but that's the
Well,
tallest.
I'm 6'2". So for her to be taller than me, that had to put her around six
6'4".
three,
Yeah,
six
6'4".
four.
Yeah,
You know, and then like I said, honestly, I like a lady in a pair of heels.
yeah.
That's just me.
So,
A
so
4 inch, 5 inch
yeah,
heel don't, you know, but like that put her like 6'5", you
yeah,
know,
6'5". Yeah,
yeah, 6'5". I don't know. That's yeah, but I never thought about it, like, but that's just my prep. I like a
because
heel.
from what study says now, I might be wrong about this now. A long time ago, study says this that the lady legs are longer, so that's what make them taller. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
and all this stuff like that. So the longer the leg is, the deeper it takes for you to actually penetrate.
I don't know about that, but possibly, you know. But like I said, some of the WNBA players,
Hey,
6'2", six
would
three, 6'4",
but would
and some of those sisters rock heels. So I'm like, man, that's a tall drink of water. You know,
that's a lot of work.
that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of
You
work.
know, that's a lot of work.
Hey, but yeah, I just wanted to ask that question.
Okay, we got like 3 messages. First one from Dreamy.
Hey, Ro, Gerard, and G-Man. Shout out to you for this topic, the dark side of online dating. Um, I've spoken to a couple of people online, but we've like FaceTimed and everything. I've seen them, they saw me. Um, I've never run into a catfish. I would say more of what's in their mind more than outside of the appearance or, you know, he's tall. He's like 6'4". Um, I would just say more of like the people that I've spoken to have been a little bit more on the controlling side. Little things would pop out from that, like, but I don't know. I never really, yeah. But shout out to you guys.
I appreciate it, Dreamy. Oh, we got one from Sasha B.
Hey guys, what up, Ro, Gerard, G-Man? Yeah, man, the dark side of online dating. I think too, like just to G-Man's point, people should really determine what are your preferences and what are your non-negotiables. Having a man that's 6'5" or over 6 feet might be a preference, superficial preference, but I don't think it's a non-negotiable. Sometimes people move like their preferences are must-haves and they lose out. And then sometimes people are not cognizant of what their non-negotiables are, and they end up in situations in which they don't want to accept certain things, but had you been cognizant of your non-negotiables, you wouldn't even be in this position in the first place. People got to get to know themselves more and know what they want and don't want before they get out there.
And we got one more from Dreamy.
I think an experience I had with the online dating was that, yeah, I remember now. He lied about, because I asked him, like, do you smoke or drink? And he said no. So afterwards, I found out that he does smoke. So yeah, I was a little shocked because I'm like, oh, but yeah, you could have just said that earlier. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I don't have a problem with that. I don't smoke and I choose not to drink. So, but that's what I choose, right? That's my preference. You know, you have yours, but yeah, little things I guess like that. But I don't think it was like that dangerous or crazy. I think it does get a little more intense when you stop talking to them. the online part is where the exposers come. They try to exploit your information, so your pictures, stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah.
when you yeah, and again, like I said, back to the other caller again, and some things are deal breakers, and some things are definitely worth negotiating. But like I said, it's still preference. At the end of the day, it's what you feel comfortable with. But like I said again, that's just the exterior. That's just on the outside. Again, when you're talking long-term relationships, you have to be mindful that again, you might want to look past the physical. Where is he or she head and heart? And it's something that you worth looking a little deeper into. But like I said, I know a fella, like I said, good dude, never taking a drink in his life.
But is that a deal breaker though? I mean, young, the caller, what's her name? Dreamy.
Mm-hmm.
Dreamy, is that a deal breaker for you? If in order for you to like, would you date somebody who drink
Or smoke.
or matter of fact, vice versa? If he smoke, and I'm not talking about cigarette, but I'm saying like if he smoked marijuana or and all that stuff like that, would you date a person like that? But he's still got a good job. He's doing very well with himself and all the stuff like that. Got his own place, no kids and all the stuff like that. But what is the real deal breaker for you? If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And even online, just making that connection. Like I said, because like she said, he said he didn't.
Yeah.
But then she, shortly after she found out that he did.
Yeah.
But you're right. What are some of the deal breakers for you?
What is
and again, like I said, can you identify those deal breakers while you're online?
That's right.
Because sometimes you
could tell by the look, man. Before we play a message, man, let me tell y'all this. You can tell by the conversation you having with a person, either on the phone or do text.
Yeah. But you gotta be vigilant though. You gotta be mindful. Like I said, kind of gotta read between the lines.
That's right.
And again, like I said, everybody tries to do their due diligence in that. You try to, you can't vet him per se, but like I said, you're trying to go online and see what is out there on him possibly. Because like I said, smart ones do their homework.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just let you tell me everything.
But what if his name isn't Harry Wright? What if the name is Bob Barker? You know what I'm saying? And you putting up Harry White, and then Harry White got a perfect profile. Mm-hmm. Now you sitting there, your panties, excuse me, ladies.
Yeah.
Panties wet and all this stuff like that because now you know for a fact that, man, I got this perfect person. Then you meet a Bob Barker.
But like I said, that's part of that research, that homework. Like I said again, and that's why again,
research and homework.
Like I said, because you trust and believe, you're gonna do whatever you can to find out. You're gonna Google them.
You're gonna Google
to the best of your ability. You're like, Bob Barker ain't coming up.
But the only Bob Barker I'm talking about is Price is Right.
Price is Right, but he ain't. That's the only one coming up. I know that ain't him. So like I said again, and again, Rod said it perfectly. If you're gonna make this initial contact, let it be the most public place possible.
That's right.
Have you some friends to give you a call 20 minutes in. Your uncle just died. I got to get up out of here.
And we listening to the person who.
Damn, that's drastic, ain't it? My uncle just died. Damn. Well, that's better than what I would do.
I went on a blind date once, and we talked on the phone, and we chit chatted, and she was telling me I like men, that's this, that, and I'm like, I'm this and I'm that. Yeah, but she told me all these little things about her, but when I met her, wasn't nothing she said quite accurate.
Yep, I went on a blind date too. The person couldn't see.
Damn.
Couldn't see neither here. Yep, I went on, and that person right now. Sorry, I ain't gonna say her name, but we got some message out there. Go ahead, J. Rod.
All right. Got one from Sasha B.
Yeah, we live in such an internet society now too that it's almost like a lot of things kind of start like an online date. If someone isn't approaching you in person the first time they see you, and they're like, I don't know, sliding into your DMs or whatnot, that is a form of online dating, which has its pluses and its minuses. On one hand, I can kind of stall a guy out and decide, talk to him further and decide if I even kind of like the vibe a little bit enough to agree to a first date. Um, and that's cool, kind of get to know someone a little bit more than just, rough, blind first date. But then it also has its negatives because it's like you don't really know somebody in totality till you get around them, see how that chemistry works in real life. So yeah.
All right, got one from Miss Cheesecake.
Episode 94 from Swipe to Insta, The Dark Side of Online Dating. What's going on, bro? G46 and G-Man, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the room. I'm in here listening. Online dating is fucking trash. I quit. It's all shit. Ain't nobody got time. I'm listening, though.
Got one more from Sasha B.
Yeah, man, it's tough because like I consider myself to be a very big vetter, of anyone that I'm interested in or trying to get to know. So we're gonna talk thoroughly, and for me that's worked because it helps me to weed out some certain things. If a man just wants you for sex, he's not gonna be down to talk all that. Or he doesn't want to do all that talking on the phone or talking on FaceTime because he's just trying to hump. And to me, that's like perfect. Go ahead and get you out the way. You're not the guy for me. And then also, just to the benefit of, like, you in talking to someone enough, you can kind of determine, like, maybe I wouldn't want to sit across the table and have dinner with you because we're just not compatible. So yeah, talk more. Golly.
Well, the person that gave us the message, the issue, well, not the message, the topic was the issue that she had was she would meet, like, she would match with somebody, and um, for some reason, for her, she didn't see anything from it, and they would get up. I guess when she would try to explain it to the guys or whatever, they would get upset. They would call out her name and all this other stuff. So that was the premise of how we came up with the topic. Well, how she came up with the topic for tonight and
I
the
mean,
issues that
I,
she was going through.
I mean, when you think about it too, again, that little brief verbal abuse she might have to undergo, again, should be the final nail in the coffin. All right. Again, and that's a part of what you may have to anticipate with this dating online. Like I said, after that, if he ghosts you, that might be a blessing in disguise. And again, the other young lady said he just want to smash it and be done with it. If that ain't what she wants, then like I said again, everybody got to get what they want out this relationship.
But you know what? I mean, like people are like they're impatient these days when it comes down to a relationship.
Relationships is a process,
Yeah, I mean,
and
it seems like it's more like a business.
it is to a degree, but you got to look at it as it's not a sprint, but a marathon.
Yeah, yeah,
That's depending on what you're looking for. Your sprint, hit it and quit it.
yeah,
That's your
yeah, yeah,
sprint.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But the marathon is I'm getting to know you.
yeah.
I'm getting ready to be intimate with you with our clothes on.
So let me ask you a question. 6 months, a year, 2 year. I mean, like before you
Before you
kiss,
kick.
have sex,
I think that
six
I don't
months,
know
year.
I don't know anybody that's gonna be down 6 months a year before they engage in some type of.
Hold down. Now, the younger people might do like quicker, but the older you want to meet somebody, is it 6 months, a year? You want to get to know that person. You want to know. You
I'm
want to know their vitamin D level, their vitamin
I,
P level.
I'm gonna
God
say
damn.
this.
Because
I'm gonna
vitamin D,
yeah, got
trans,
you. Yeah,
vitamin.
yeah. I want to say this. I have a friend. I love him dearly. Um, he's been dating. At the end of the day, there's been no physical contact,
Hmm,
and I'm stepping like it's been a minute. But again, back in the day, that wasn't what happened.
yeah,
But as you get older now, your
yeah,
level of maturity,
yeah.
your level of need. I have found older women, for the most part, to be more interested in. company.
Yeah.
I want somebody that I can sit down with and talk to. Not that they still don't have that fire, that they still want to be intimate, but at the same token, they realize now that life is just so much more than that.
So
They've evolved to another level. And online dating may give you those answers to a degree. There's a show on Netflix now, Dating Older.
Yeah.
And it's just about people in their 50s and 60s, 70s that are dating. Yeah. Again, they've been in relationships for whatever reason. They're a little older now, and they're engaging now online. They're just doing something totally different.
Yeah.
Because again, at their age, online dating just wasn't a part of it. But now they're doing something just a little different. They're trying it, and they're finding that some guys don't give up that old school mentality.
Yeah.
I just want to get in and get out.
Yeah.
You old joker now. You can't get in and get out. It's gonna take you some time. But a women's still taking care of themselves. They're looking great. And the thing about an older woman and being in a most times they're more established financially.
Yeah.
They've done some traveling. They've seen some of the world. They're financially secure if they've done well with themselves in the business sense. So again, it's like they're not gold digging.
Yeah.
I got my own.
Yeah.
So like I said again, online you can
don't get it twisted. Their underwear still drip too.
Oh yeah. Oh. It may not drip as heavy, but again, it's still dripping. And like I said, again, I'm gonna tell you, man, I don't think there's many people out there that still don't like that contact.
Yeah.
If it's nothing but their hand being held, going to a movie, going to on vacation because they can afford Hawaii, Bahamas, and Aruba and place they can afford it. So that's not an issue anymore.
Some people like the back of their head rub. That's a turn off. Their shoulder, their arm rub.
That affection.
Put your hand.
Who doesn't want affection to a certain degree? They want something like that.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Gerard, you can go ahead and play the message, Bo. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's
Real quick though, to what Dale said, as far as older women. Now, like I said, there's some older women that are looking for the things that Dale was talking about, and then you got some where literally I met one a while ago, and she literally said she wanted to be. She said she wanted to be my slave and wanted me to slut her out, and that lady was almost. She was 50 some years old.
Wow.
So you have those, and then you have the other ones. So while y'all think about that, I'm going to play these messages. We got one from Sasha B.
I wish she was here because it's like, you got to know what you're signing up for. When you're doing a lot of that swiping and stuff, a harsh reality is a large percent of that male population, they just want sex. And that, of course, that's not everyone, right? But a lot of them are not there for the right reasons. And so you have a tougher job. Now you really have to use some discernment. You got to do some weeding out. You got to be okay with not seeing anything flourish from a lot of those swipes. That's just the reality. It's tough though, because it's like, if you're not someone who's just always out and about, where am I going to meet these potential matches at? Where am I going to meet more people? So it's just the caveat of today's world.
We got one from Dreamy.
Hey, you asked me if I would still be with him if we smoked. So I just want to give you a perspective of, because everyone's different, right? They come from different walks. So I don't smoke or drink, and I really want a partner who doesn't, to be honest. But if he did, it's okay, right? I totally respect that. But the thing is that he lied to me, and then the lie, right? But the other thing is that it's not just marijuana, so it's a little bit more heavier. He told me it causes him to have mental health, which I didn't know he had either. And then he said he didn't want to tell me because I was a really nice person, right? And how do you say, kind? And so he didn't want to tell me that. But when I found out, I still talk to him, I like him. I think he's cool though.
But if you got his number. Just go ahead and call him and shoot him a text.
And we got one more from Sasha B.
Yeah, it's tough because everything is with intention. I think that's why you might find that a lot of older women are, and it's not that they don't have the fire, like you said, but they just have more intention and they want to talk more. They want to get to the nitty gritty because they have, more intentions as they get older. Whereas, I'm 26. A lot of women my age kind of just looking for, a fast ride, good time, So it just depends. Like, I can say for me personally, I guess I just grew up around a lot of people older than me, so I have a little bit more of a old fashioned kind of way of dating. So I tend to go for older gentlemen that are men that are older than me, and that also comes with its caveats. So it's just everything come with something.
Hey, so right quick, what is a fast ride good time?
Good question.
Yeah, I mean,
But
like a fast ride good time is like it could be money wise. It could be like, I mean,
hit it
because
and quit it.
you got to remember now the older guys got something more to lose than the younger.
Explain.
Okay, so you got to remember when you older and all that stuff like that. If you like if you got a good job, you got more to lose. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't invested so much
Mm-hmm.
in yourself and all that stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you younger, you don't have so much to lose. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that time. Hopefully, the good Lord got time for you or your time to keep on going up the ladder. But when you older, you already established. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'm going to go ahead and add on to that. Same thing with women.
Yeah,
And again, some women are attracted to younger men. Again, like I said, and it could be for a variety of reasons.
yeah.
They like their energy. They like the fact
Well,
that
that's what
again,
get them in trouble though.
but yeah, and
The younger
sometimes
man
it
because
could be a
wait,
sexual
no,
component
so
to it.
no, think about it, brother. Now think about this part right here. Old, yeah, okay, so older ladies dating younger men.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember, younger men always never ever act their age. They act childish because think about it, the lady cannot. So the lady dating them and all that stuff like that and all that. So the younger guy always, I need to see you. I can't see you. I got a family. So they start acting kind of like
Mm-hmm.
they start being suspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about the older woman for just a little bit and the younger guy.
All right.
And I'm not saying, like I said, because some older women open up their profiles to younger men. That's what they're attracted to. But again, like I said,
Can they handle it though?
wow, excellent.
Can they handle
But
what's coming?
but exactly. So what's next? Now,
Look at all these teachers dating all these dang on younger kids. Go ahead, finish. My
but
bad.
those are pedophiles. But anyway,
Ha!
but right now you're
God
looking at an
damn.
older woman, younger guy. Two things happen.
Yeah,
You become a cougar or a sugar mama. A cougar is in it for the intimacy. I guess just the sex part of it,
yeah.
and again, and
Honey
that's
wife.
cool with her. But the sugar mama now, she feeds him.
Yeah,
She buys his clothes.
yeah,
She takes care of him.
yeah,
She takes him on these little trips. She may even buy him an Xbox.
yeah.
You know,
Buy me everything you want.
because that's a sugar mama. A cougar just, I mean, like I said, for the sexual part of it, maybe for the company.
Yeah,
But like I said again, and I'm not downing women
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
might do
yeah.
that or
Same
don't
thing
do
with
that.
guys.
But same
Yeah,
thing
same
with
guys.
guys. But traditionally, it's always been older guy, younger woman. Oh, man, he's king.
Yeah,
He's still macking.
yeah,
You know, but like I said again, but he's paying a cost
yeah,
because she's not staying for no reason.
yeah.
And again, the young lady says she kind of gravitates towards more mature
Oh, yeah,
men,
yeah.
and that's nothing wrong with that because
That's
again,
right.
her level of maturity. She's hung around
But
older
she said she's
women
26.
at 26, and again, I mean, she's engaging with guys that's in 32, 33, 34.
Oh no, she probably talking about 40,
And,
50.
and even if it's so,
Man,
if
I
that
hope and
40
pray she ain't talking about 70.
no, I
Yeah,
doubt that.
yeah.
Because like I
I
said
beg.
again, she still has desires and interests and needs that a 7-year just may not meet. But like I said, if she's 26 and dating a guy
I'm
maybe
just
40,
joking.
at the end of the day, he still have enough. He's bringing enough energy to the table to
Yes,
keep
sir.
her occupied. He has that level of maturity now that lets her know that again. her mom and maybe grandma talked about this type of guy,
Yeah.
and she's just interested.
Yeah.
He's secure, like you said, financially number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, he's not looking to hit it and quit it. Because
Yeah.
at 40, he might be looking for something a little long term.
Yeah.
Again, his energy says he might want another child if he doesn't already have one. So again, like I said, I don't knock women that date older men for their level of maturity instead of their bankroll.
I agree.
We
But
got two
ladies,
messages
don't
from
sleep
Sasha
on
B.
those that is willing to love you.
You got 2 messages.
What is a fast ride? Good time. I just find out a lot of women my age, they're not worried about the implications of, what a man presents to them right now. So they're just looking for a man that's, if he has the money, if he has the temporary things, then that's good enough for them. If he can show them a good time, maybe, lay down the pipe, good enough, that's good enough for them, without thinking about the implications of what does it mean if I had a baby with this person and got tied to this man for 18 years? What does it mean if, I was with this man for the long haul? What would that mean for me and my potential family? That's what I mean by fast ride, good time. Like, they just there for the thrill of now. And I just, one more message, hold on. I just also think like it's important to look at even just in characteristic traits, like in a person. What does this mean for the long haul? Like, yeah, you might find it cute now that he's a little bit obsessive and controlling. But like, what would this mean for you in the future? What would this mean for a long-term relationship? Is this possibly a red flag? This is possibly a violent red flag. So I think those are things to consider at any age. And sometimes I find women my age just don't give a fuck.
I like her.
Yeah.
I like her. And like I said, ladies and even guys,
Yeah.
have you ever had buyer's remorse? You bought into it, but 5, 6 months down the line, like, oh hell, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah.
He or she crazy as just crazy.
Because
You bought into it,
yeah, that's
but
what
you
I'm
wish you
saying.
had,
Yeah.
and you can't take it, and they won't go away.
Nope.
You met them
Yeah.
online, you did the whole profile, and the profile didn't say anything about what you getting.
But what's so messed up about it is
Buyer's remorse.
once you invite them in your space, that's when you find out the true them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And online won't do it. You're
No.
gonna have to get
No.
off online, and you're gonna have to eventually engage.
Yeah.
And once you engage, like I said again,
Yeah.
do you start seeing things now that's like, nah,
Yeah.
red flags are going off left and right.
That's right.
And again, my friend has explained to, or at least shared with me recently, what happened when they stop loving you.
Yeah.
They don't love you no more.
No.
But it's the feeling is not mutual.
Yeah.
You still trying to get
Hmm.
in, and they have simply stopped loving or liking or enjoying your presence.
Yeah.
And like I said again, that's why sometimes, like I said, I've been with the same person
Yeah.
32 years,
Yeah.
half my life. But like I said again, highs and lows, but you ride them all out.
Yeah.
We kind of came in, the slate was even.
Yeah.
She didn't have more than me, I didn't have more than her, but over time we've accumulated some things.
That's right.
So like I said again, and it wasn't online, it was just face to face.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would have met anybody like her online.
Yeah. Yeah. The online dating is
It's different.
It can be good because you might have a guy that looking for something, and then you might have a woman that looking for something that the guy looking for. So it might work itself out. I know a couple of people that married now that did online dating. You know what I'm saying? And the most important thing is that I think once you get to know that person, you know what I'm saying, then you go from there. But I don't think that you should ever invite someone when you meet them to the house on
No.
especially online dating.
No.
The first
No.
night, come to my house. Man, look,
No,
that would creep me out. Like, man,
no.
and then look, they got candlelight and they got chocolate chip cookies. They got all kind of crazy stuff up there. They, uh, she got on, or he got on a wardrobe and got a Cookie Monster. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy stuff like
You
that. But
again, like I said, Rod again.
yeah,
I'm
Rod
just
hit.
go back to
Yeah,
that.
Rod hit it
Make it
good.
very, very
Yeah,
public.
yeah, Rod
You
hit it
know,
good.
and at the end of the day, like I said, when you walk away from that,
Yep,
you need to have some ideal.
yep.
If this
But
is
it's
worth a second date.
but
And
before.
then
But
we're doing a lot of talking,
yeah, yeah. That's
but
what.
and not knocking Rod
Yeah,
and Matt had a little bit more
yeah,
experience than us,
yeah. That's what I was
so
getting ready. Yeah,
I'm gonna yield.
yeah.
We
We gonna
just
yield.
talking
Yeah,
and hoping we're making some sense and reaching some people.
yeah. We gonna be
But those
quiet.
that know a little bit better,
We gonna
we
be
gonna be
quiet.
quiet.
Yeah, we're gonna be quiet for a minute.
All right. Well, real quick, we got another message from Sasha B.
Nah, facts. I definitely have had buyer's remorse. And it's just kind of like it's always been a game of catch up for me because I grew up with really strict parents, so I really had didn't start dating till I was 20. So there's a lot of things that I just did not know, could not really get a first-hand experience on until I was in it. So yeah, there and a lot of the times when you're doing all this online dating or getting to know any man in person, online, whatever, the worst of it is not going to be in front of you. Everyone's going to hide the worst parts about them. So that's why I think it's so important to talk and get to know and just kind of experience people a little bit before you get blinded by things like sex. Because it don't shit matter once it's good, right? I think a skill that everybody should learn is just learning to read between the lines, learning to ask the right questions or, you know, just get to the nitty gritty of like what red flags you don't want any parts of and learn what that looks like. For example, so something I like have always paid attention to is, when I'm talking to a dude or dating somebody, what they say about their past relationships. If they say, nothing is their fault and everything is just the other person, the other person, the other person, they might have some issues with accountability. Not always. Maybe they just got a shitty deck, but you gotta just learn how to read the signs. What y'all think?
I think that's true. But now to that previous question of have I ever had buyer's remorse? I've never really had like buyer's remorse. Um, to that extent, it was like so I met somebody online. It was a while ago, and we did the whole message thing on the app. Then we started talking on the phone, and then we decided we were gonna meet for dinner. So we meet at the restaurant, right? So I get out my car, she got her car, and she had a bottle of wine. So I'm like, so we going in the, I mean, we going in the restaurant. Why would you bring a bottle of wine? And she had other hand behind her back. So now I'm like, why she, fuck she got going on? But the closer she got to me, she stopped and she was like, ta-da! And she had like a dozen of roses or something. So I ain't never got flowers. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I didn't know how to take that. So we go in the restaurant, right? So they go to seat us, and she just struck out, walking real fast. She walked fast for, and got to the table. She pulled my chair out. Fuck you, pull my chair out for? So I put my chair back underneath the table, and I pulled my. You ain't gonna pull my chair out. The thing is weird. So then, now mind you, we had a conversation. Nothing was brought up. Like, so she said up until like a year ago, she was a full blown stud. Up until a year ago, and she woke up one morning and said, you know what? She wanted some dick in her life, I guess. So then she started dealing with one guy. So it was this one guy. They had a sexual relationship. So we sitting there, so like I'm like, damn, this is stuff I would think that you would have said over the phone or whatever. And she was like, and you know the guy who she was. I mean, like she said, I knew the guy. I was like, well, I don't think I would know him. And he works for the same company I work for. Matter of fact, me and him are real good friends. So I said, well, you know what? Nah, I'm good. I paid for dinner and I was getting ready to leave. I said, I can't get, I can't, because you know what I'm saying. Me and him are friends, and I just don't feel like I don't feel like that's right. So she went from her light voice, the girly voice, to full blown stud voice on me, and she was like, so you just gonna end the date like that just because I was fucking that nigga? You know what? I was gonna fuck you. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you mean you was gonna fuck me? So it's like, so now it's everything is, you know how I am. So now everything is a joke because now I'm being sarcastic. And then, so I got ready to leave. And she said, oh, I done spent money on these fucking roses and you not gonna take them with you. Wait a minute, sir. Sir, ma'am. Who the hell are you talking to like that? So now I'm feeling away because now you coming at me. Now, did I take the roses? Yeah, I did. I did.
Yes.
And I gave it to my mom. Cause I'm like, you know what? You're not gonna embarrass me in front of all these damn white people. And you know what I'm saying? So I like, you know what? I'll be the bigger person. Now, have I met her since? No. But it ended up being a funny story. That's how I looked at it. It had nothing to do with anything, but it was just one of my funny date stories. That's all. The
See,
date
you like
lasted
to
like
wine and dine for
35 minutes.
bitches.
Oh wow. Oh wow. 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 Oh, I forgot. And she did, and she had candy. She had a damn near melted Reese's cup in her shirt pocket
Mm.
and handed it to me. That by far was the worst date I ever been on far as online dating.
Said she was gonna go ahead and lick it off your chest a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm
But
good,
you
bro.
had your
I'm good,
chance.
bro.
She said you
I'm
had your
good.
chance.
You had your chance. You could have got this goddamn backpack, sir. No, I don't want none of the backpack, sir. I'm good on that.
Listen, she said she
So
pulled your chair out and everything.
yeah, that kind of fucked me up. That fucked me up. So we got 3 messages. We got one from Dreamy.
I had a weird experience on this other app that I was on. And, there was the familiar people that are always active. And I was messaged by this guy, and he kept asking me if I ever been to Six Flags and stuff like that about the Six Flags in America. And I had said, no, I've never went, right? I responded because I think I've seen him in a couple of rooms before. So he's like, oh, if you want to go, I can pay for the ticket. And I literally ignored his message. So days go by. A girl goes missing from that app. And they said that they suspected it be that guy. And they put his account on Instagram. And they were saying, has anyone seen him? That girl had met up with him. And it was so creepy because me hearing that, oh my God, I was like, what the hell? What in the world?
Oh, goodness. Dodged a
See that,
bullet on that one.
yeah, that's another pitfall of that
I'm good.
that
Hold on before y'all get. We still got 2 more. Role play. Will you play Dreamy's next message? They won't let me play it because we got a bunch of messages.
The thing was that after that, when I went to see the message, his account disappeared. It wasn't there anymore. So people were in question of where he was, where that female was and what's going on. And I don't know. Years went by, I just never heard about what happened or. But yeah, the mom was looking for her and for that person, specifically that man. I never knew the man. I didn't know who he was. I just got a random message, but I realized it was from the same user.
See, this one is from Nate.
This is a while ago, huh? A while ago? Well, sounds like a win-win. I mean, you just paid for dinner, but you got candy, roses, and you almost got toe up.
I ain't almost got nothing. I ain't almost got shit. I almost got nothing. I left. That day was over for me.
Oh, you got another one from, is it Ismo? I
Yeah.
can't pronounce it. Sorry if I messed your name up.
I'm not really understanding why people take certain people on online dating seriously. I ain't gonna lie, I have a couple of guys in my life I know for about 10 years off dating apps. But as far as like commitment and actually like getting married, I can't really say. But I don't know, man. It's kind of weird on dating apps. It's really weird.
Got another one from Nay.
Okay, so she was doing the bending. Your friend got bent. That's. Did you ever
Oh
talk to him
my
about it?
God.
You asked him what was up with it.
Nah, I never did
Got
talk to him
another one
about
from
it.
Nay. You got another one from Nay.
You probably missed out, Gigolo. She probably had some good.
And I'll never find out.
Mm,
I'm good on that.
damn.
Oh, that
You
was
may
all
would have
them?
woke up
Oh,
to
okay.
breakfast. Yeah, that was all. You may would have woke up to breakfast in bed and shit.
No. No, I'm good. I'm good. But
She'd have had the
I
she'd
never
have had the
talked to
fruit cut up.
Tony about it. So
Oh, you gonna
damn, I
say
said
you
his
gonna
name.
say his name? God damn.
But she said it. Man, I forgot. I slipped
Oh
up.
shit.
I wasn't supposed to say his name, but yeah.
Yeah, we
But
know.
yeah, I never talked to him about it. I didn't see the big I didn't see no big deal talking about it. So
The fact that she told you that she fucked your boy and you was gonna get some ass too. That's crazy as hell
yeah.
to
I
say
didn't
out
even
of
know.
anger.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what she really said was she basically saying I was on that bullshit and I could have got lucky that night, because she was gonna, fuck me or whatever. And I said, would I have been lucky? Because of how she was acting, it was like, yeah, it was like, yeah. So
She did everything but call you a pillow princess.
you so stupid. You so goddamn stupid. Oh, you so stupid.
She was good at the group chat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I want to hit a straddle that nigga. He ain't want to thrust up for nothing. He just laid there like a dead fuck.
That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I asked him to slide the pillows underneath my knees and everything. Nigga just laying
Mm,
there.
mm.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Well, I think she thought it was because of, what I'm saying, her saying like she was a step for it had nothing to do, rather than do with that. It was just like I said, me and the guy, we're friends and we work together. And when I worked at the other store, if when I could get a day off, he was the one I would call to give me a day off at work. And how
Hmm.
she made it seem like they had a sexual relationship, but he wanted more, and she didn't. I guess she said she didn't believe him. So it was like, nah, I'm good.
She said that's all. She said that's all. That's all. All the bitches be like that after she go ahead and
You see all the bitches?
you know what I'm
All the
saying.
bitches be like that.
As she go ahead and you know what I'm saying, lay the hammer on them. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm good. You
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
don't know how to
They
stop
got
my
her
breast.
contacting the phone as Thor.
Really, really.
She said you sitting there. She said you sitting there bullshitting.
Good. You need to relax.
But as far as like
Yeah, I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna leave my buddies. I'm going back there. I'm
the
gonna leave them.
online dating and stuff, um, you have the people on there. Now, from what I heard, like the women that be complaining, they complain when you get the dudes that say Grand Rising and all that stuff. Cause a lot of them say them dudes ain't got they don't have nowhere to stay. They looking for somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
I'm going.
I've heard a lot of women say that.
Yeah, I'll be there.
But then like
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
guess on the
we got
guy
to.
side of it, Now you have more women that saying like Grand Rising. One had one time
Yeah.
sent me a message and said, Grand Rising, my king, or something like that.
Okay.
So
I understand, and I appreciate
this
it.
is one of them things.
Yeah.
And like I
So
said
back,
again,
so back to your stud.
about 2 o'clock.
So
Why we got to
basically,
go back to that? Why we going back? It was only one date, and the date only lasted like
Yeah,
what, 35 minutes, 30 minutes, 35
yeah,
minutes.
that'll work out good.
That was all the date was. I was coming back home. What are you talking about? You you asking about more? There wasn't more. That was it. That was it.
so
I haven't talked to
so
her
why she
since.
so why she had you in the Amazon position? She said,
She
"Look
did
at
not,
you like,
sir.
yeah, go ahead and pull
Nothing
your
happened.
shirt up." So
Nothing happened. Nothing happened with me and her. I went home. Matter of fact, she was still eating when I left. We didn't leave at the same time
shit.
because I didn't see. Well, I look at it like this: once that date
And me,
turned like that, there's
Yeah.
no
whatever
reason for
for
me
you,
to
bro.
sit there. So I paid. I literally
hmm
got basically I got my food to go because I ain't really start like eat my food or whatever. And she sat
Listen,
there and ate.
you enjoy yourself, and I see you tomorrow
Yeah, we,
sometime.
yeah, we
Be
believe
well
it.
now. All right.
But we talking about,
Yeah. No. Nothing happened. I went home. I don't know
oh,
where she went. I went home.
shit, what you think? She call that nigga,
No. She called him.
She hit him with that.
Hey,
She
look,
hit him,
what you
she hit him with
doing?
that, with that hey big head text.
Yeah.
How much I owe you, bro?
Hey, big head. I got a bottle of
No.
wine because I never did get that bottle of wine. I left the wine.
Okay. No. No.
She went straight
Appreciate
over there, made she made that man a mimosa and she drunk her a beer. She said, "Yeah, you go ahead and get that down. Go and get that down your throat."
You stupid. You stupid. You stupid. Oh.
Damn, is this fresh squeeze OJ in here? Hey, ain't nothing but the best of my bitches, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, it's
Oh, man.
about 1:30. You need to go ahead and finish that.
No, but she did. Now, initially, when we talked on the phone, she was like, she said she was in a bike club. So I said, okay. So then I asked her, I said, also, that means you ride, motorcycles or whatever. She said, no, I just ride on the back of somebody's motorcycle. Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh, oh. I said, oh, okay.
there she is. There
Yeah,
she is.
yeah. So that was my bad date story. So, but how much time we got left? All right, we can do final thoughts. Anybody got a final thought before we close out?
I think my final thought is more of a statement again for all the ladies that called in tonight. Thank you. I ask that you be blessed, and again, those that are considering online dating and things like that, just be careful and take care of yourself. Guard your heart. You know, don't play fast and loose with your emotions and stuff like that. Again, Run and Tell It podcast. Again, it's just a couple of guys that's enjoying themselves, trying to maybe help and bless somebody along the way. Yes, sir. We missing one of our key players, the JP tonight. We always miss him. But again, ladies, thank you, thank you. Again, like I said, just be careful. Know what you want, and again, be flexible. But like I said, always have standards. Because like I said, some of these guys ain't about nothing, and they don't want you to be about anything. But like I said, be careful. You got to kiss. Sometimes you kiss a few frogs to get your prince. Yeah. But in the same token, be careful who you kissing, who you messing with. Yes, that's Dell, and I'm out.
Yeah, you said it well. But I mean, always remember what's on the outside. Always gonna be in the inside. What's up in the inside, always gonna be in the outside. So remember, if you hit your knee, bump your knee, you're gonna experience that later on. If you love somebody who don't love you, guess what? You're gonna experience that later on. So that's all I gotta say. Just be careful.
Bro, you got a final thought?
Just to piggyback off of what G-Man said, absolutely correct. That and, you know, go with your gut. It's not gonna steer you wrong. Don't allow somebody to lie to you while you sit there and lie to yourself.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Damn. That was deep. I ain't gonna lie to you. We'll appreciate everyone that's listening, everyone that will be listening later on. If you want to hear any past episodes, you can check out our website, Run and Tell That Podcast on podium.com.
Oh,
There's a topic you want us to do, huh?
before you say your final thought, we got one more message.
Okay. Okay. And if there's a topic that you wanna hear us do or whatever, you can email us
Yes, sir.
at runandtellthatpodcast@gmail.com.
And listen, guys and girls, there's no topic off limits for us.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, with our
It's not.
combined age, level of maturity, sometimes, and again, just being around as long as we have and experience as many things as we've had, there is no topic off
Off limit.
schedule, offline for us, because again, we are ready, willing, and able just to share. But don't keep in mind now, we're having fun, we're enjoying you, and like I said again, we're also being serious because, like I said, we have sons and daughters, and again, we wouldn't want to lead them down a wrong path as well.
All right, let me play this message.
How the hell y'all young brothers doing up there, this cow? Some people call me Unc, some people call me Uncle Cow. You can call me Cow now. I reckon it don't make no difference to me now. The dark side of dating online. Ain't that something? My great nephew and nieces, they date online. I done heard some wild shit from them. My niece told me some time ago she was running from some boy, from some man. He was chasing her. She said she met him on her phone. I said, damn. I remember you meet people when you be walking and you walk them to them and say, excuse me, how you doing? It went from that to meeting them on the phone and you're running from the nigga. Don't run in my house. Hey, not a cow, not again. My great nephew, I'm gonna tell the truth. He's smarter than my great niece. I hear his friends talking some time ago. He say, my friend got burned. I ain't gonna get burned. I didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. You know, they just be saying some shit. I didn't know if they was talking about smoking, if they was talking about a STD. Either way it go, he said he ain't getting burned like his friend. But on the rubber, young fella, that's what you gotta do. Make sure your hat on tight. There's a lot of stuff these young people can get their mind into and think about. But they thinking about the booty. She wanna throw it back and he wanna hit it. They gonna end up having a gang of babies, but my great nephew, he's smarter than my great niece.
All right, we appreciate everyone that left messages. My final thought for the night is piggyback off everybody else said, just be careful. Um, Try to do your research
Yeah.
before you meet whoever you're gonna meet or whatever online. And this is my final thought. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife, but women are supposed to turn felons, cheaters, community dick, and liars into kings. Think about it. We're out.
Peace. Peace.